These two. That's it. Yeah, that's why I sat over here. Jason, you go. Yeah.
We have someone doing the great link. Tell me when I'm starting this.
That was. We should not do it again. Yeah, I thought it was only 2 minutes fast. Okay.
I can go with that one though.
No, it doesn't matter to me.
Jason, I mentioned Jason. I emailed him today.
He didn't respond.
Amy's gonna try to.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Please rise and we'll pledge the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'd like to open this public hearing. And I guess I'll turn it over to Emily.
Sure. I'm just gonna read the public hearing notice. Town of North Elba notice of public hearing continuation on a proposed management agreement between the town of North Elba and the New York State Olympic Regional Development Authority for the continued operation of facilities on behalf of the town of North Elba Public Parks and Playgrounds District. Notice is hereby given that the North Elba Town Board will continue the public hearing on March 6, 2025, beginning at 5:30 p.m. at North Elba Town Hall, 2693 Main Street, Lake Placid, New York, 12946, on the subject of the proposed management agreement between the town of North Elba and the New York City Olympic Regional Development Authority for the continued operation of facilities on behalf of the town of North Elba Public Parks and Playgrounds District. The facility is subject to the Olympic Center, the James C. Sheffield Speed Skating Oval, and the Olympic Jumping Complex. All interested parties will be given an opportunity to be heard. A copy of the proposed agreement is on file in the office of the town clerk and also is available on the town of North Elba website. And then there's the Zoom link, which we are on now.
Thanks, Emily. Rick, you want to give a little recap from last meeting to this one, last public hearing?
Well, what's taken place between the last public hearing and this public hearing is based upon input last session. We met with the attorneys, the town attorneys, who subsequently met with the ORDA attorney. And because of the input, we've changed the language in 7G. Copies of it are up here. And what it does is just reinforce or strengthen the language in the Community Engagement Committee. That was a request of several individuals. So it strengthens that language. So.
Lori, did anyone sign up to speak?
Yes, we have Karen, Portland, and Kelly. And Bob.
And but it will be a 3-minute timer again.
There's no microphone here. Tiny, a little smaller than the last one.
Okay,
You can hear you, Karen, no problem.
okay, great. Okay, thank you. To the town of North Elba and the Olympic Regional Development Authority, we bring to your esteemed attention the following brand imbalance in the contract. Listed under Public Authorities Law, page 6, letter D, prior existing recreational use. Here is the problem with the list of only the 6 brands. The problem stems from an imbalance of brand representation. In the contract, hockey has multiple brands represented, Pee Wee, Northwood, North Country Community, but figure skating only has one brand represented, and this creates a monopoly in that sector, which greatly limits freedom of trade, freedom of association, and freedom of commerce. Plus, the imbalance of brand representation greatly limits development, not just locally, but globally too, because Lake Placid has a long history of global impact. The solution to rectify this imbalance of brand representation is to add another figure skating brand, the World Figure Sports Society not-for-profit with offices in Lake Placid. The World Figure Sports Society brand already has a great track record in the Olympic Regional Development Authority's facilities Olympic Center by successfully holding in Lake Placid the World Figure and Fancy Skating Championships on black ice in 2015, 2023, 2024, and upcoming in 2025. Plus, World Figure Sport brought the return of ISI to Lake Placid, and together with World Art helped to secure the Art of Olympians Al Orda Foundation brand to partner with ORDA and Lake Placid. Together, the World Figure Sports Society brand brings the very best to the town and ORDA because we care about local and global development of attainable art, sport, and goodwill. So the solution to this brand imbalance problem is to list the number 7 World Figure Sports Society. This addition to the contract will enhance not only local but global development and opportunities for Lake Placid to shine. This addition will solve the imbalance of only one brand monopolizing the figure skating sector of the contract when hockey is correctly represented with multiple hockey brands in the contract. Most respectfully, Karen Cortland Kelly, Master of Arts, Olympian, and Chef de Mission of Education and Sport.
Thank you, Karen.
Good evening to all. I'm probably coming in pretty late in the game, but talking to many locals over the past several weeks after the first public hearing, the concern, nobody really knows why we pay ORDA at all. You know, when you were looking at the old contract, it was, I believe, 82. However, you know, whoever probably wrote it is not even around anymore. So is there a way to explain to the public why we pay ORDA versus ORDA paying us if we own the venues? Okay. And again, looking at the percentages, I believe ORDA got an operating budget about 90 million. And then the capital improvement was over 100 again. And $500,000 to them is really negative. But the percentage is a 10-time difference with the five, where I think we're running about 9 million for North Elba. So 500,000 is a big difference to North Elba. We could do a lot with that 500,000 versus giving it to work. And if, again, late in the game, if you all feel a contract is the best you can do, has to be a few more local perks. I don't know if that's possible. But just personally, I spent many days wandering the roller ski trails at the ski jumps. And slowly but surely, they started putting up new gates, which were needed for vehicle. They didn't need vehicles in there, but then they started putting ropes up any of the pedestrian accesses with no trespassing. So if we're gonna have this contract and the taxpayers are paying, we need some more perks. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Bob.
Greg, and then
Fred, do you want to speak?
Thank you. Good evening. I guess this gives another bite at the apple. And so I spoke a couple of weeks ago, and to follow up on the point that was just made, I encourage you to think long and hard about what was just said as far as why the town of North Alva is paying ORDA to take responsibility for these facilities. And you know, there's an interesting thing to go back to the history back in right after the Olympics of it was a whole different situation. And the previous speaker put it well in the whole scheme of things for the ORDA budget. That's a pittance compared to the town of North Alva budget. And I've discussed this with a number of people recently. For example, friends who live in Keene and the town of Harrietstown, who avail themselves in a wonderful way of all the ORDA facilities. But I, as a resident of the town of North Alva and an owner of property and paying taxes, my taxes are going towards this contribution to ORDA, as opposed to these other folks who are outside of the town of North Alva, who are not doing it. And it's that the ORDA situation has gotten to a level that it's really more of a statewide situation, and it puzzles me. And I encourage you again to think long and hard because this is very significant, and also to take into consideration the length of this extension for another 20 years. A lot of things happen in 20 years, and consider maybe shortening that, but please think about that because it really defies logic why we are paying. All you have to do is look at the speed skating oval on a busy night, and that's a lot of money that's flowing in, and somebody would say, well, we're paying them to take that facility and generate all this money, which again, in the whole schemes of their budget is rather insignificant. The other thing, going to Karen's point, as far as the local facilities, and this goes back to even the Lake Placid Pee Wee Association, I don't see anything in this that spells out what, if anything, are these organizations paying? Does Northwood School pay to rent the ice? I don't know that. Does the Pee Wee Association now pay to rent the ice? And I think all that should be spelled out in the agreement. So thank you for your consideration. And as I said last time, please don't minimize this. This is significant. It goes to the heart of the community, and please give it a lot of thought. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did anyone sorry, Neil, did you want to speak?
Yes, if that's possible. I wasn't sure of the process. Yeah, let me just turn on my video. Can you guys see me okay?
Oh, yeah. We can hear you though, so you're welcome to
All
speak.
right, I'm trying to find this. There we go. All right, we're all set. Apologize. So I just had a few questions. I apologize I wasn't able to be there tonight, but just curious, my first question is, why is the cost not paid by Essex County through the funds raised via the occupancy tax, rather than paid by the local taxpayers? I mean, ORDA plays such a pivotal role in driving hotel stays. Some would say far more than Roost, and it would only make sense if ORDA probably could receive some of those bed tax dollars as it relates that comes from Essex County. And then I guess the other question I had, within the contract, I noticed Roost has quote unquote a rent, and I'm not sure if that means it's free. And I guess I was just, given that Roost is the benefactor of the hotel tax, I was just curious on maybe more clarification in and around that. So really, that's my only comments.
Thanks, Neil.
Yep.
Anyone else here to speak?
All right, one thing we didn't discuss before the meeting, I think, because our next town board meeting is Tuesday, and we've had virtually 2 sessions now, I'd like to leave it open through the weekend, through the end of Monday, so that we have all comments before our Tuesday evening town board meeting.
Yeah, and so written comments can
Written
go
comments,
to clerk@northalva.org. Is that okay?
Yeah, but if it's by noon, then at least you guys have a chance to review me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Noon on Monday?
Noon on Monday.
Yeah, because you need to review them before the board meeting.
That sounds great.
New Monday. That's good.
Any further comments before I close this public hearing?
Well, you're not closing it.
Well, I'm adjourning it tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not that you're not answering questions tonight, and I understand that, but is the intention that you'll be voting on this at Tuesday's meeting?
Yes,
And are you able to answer who prepared the agreement that you're looking at? Who prepared that?
well, it was a combination of town and ORDA representatives. With reports back, this isn't the forum for.
Yeah,
that's
that's the right answer.
It is.
I get that. The question was just a procedural one that you'll be voting on this next Tuesday.
I anticipate we will be unless members of the board aren't ready.
There's that link that we can look and check it out.
Sure, sure.
But I think, what do you see things, there's 2 resources now. It took me so long to figure out where this was.
Very good. Thank you, everyone.
This and that. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Neil.